Hello everyone, and welcome to my first episode of my video show. That was my intro. Uh, okay, so what I decided to do is do a review of OmniFocus from the Omni Group on both the iMac and the iPhone or iPod Touch. Now, in order to understand how to use OmniFocus, you need to understand the system that it was built upon. OmniFocus is based on the system of getting things done by David Allen. The system is, obviously used to organize your life. So OmniFocus organizes your life with two different ways: projects and contexts. Let's take a look at projects. Let's pretend that this is a project. A project contains multiple actions. Now, actions are steps, such as calling a friend or milk in a grocery list. But what is a project? Well, a project is something you do with more than one step, such as painting the garage or going shopping. Now, what about contexts? Contexts are assigned to actions. They are the tactile or locational aspects of your actions, such as house, phone, or people. Now that you know what projects and actions are, let's look at OmniFocus's interface. This is the toolbar where you can add actions with the mouse, switch between projects and context views, or search. Here is where your projects are located, as well as your inbox. Now, I haven't talked about the inbox yet. The inbox is where you can just pour out tons of actions and things you need while they're still in your head, and later on, when you have time, you can organize them into projects and assigned contexts. This is the main area where you can see your actions and projects graphically represented in a to-do-like list view. So now you know a little bit more about OmniFocus. Let's take a look at the actual application. Alright, so let's start where everybody else starts, and that is in the inbox. So like I said, the inbox is where you just download all the information from your head and into OmniFocus. So let's do that. Let's see. Garage. Dog. Talk to Jerry. Get paint. Okay, so now we have a couple actions in the inbox. Let's talk about making a project. Well, cleaning garage is more than just a simple action. You can't just clean garage. You have to do multiple things. So what you can do is you can select clean garage and hit the button and the left bracket button. That promotes it to a project. So now you can see it's changed a little bit, clean garage. If we click on that, we can press return and add actions into that. So sweep out dust. And it looks like I already have an action for cleaning the garage, so I can just drag that into there, maybe rearrange it. So this brings us to different types of projects. Now, there's a parallel project by default, which means that you can do any of these and just check it instead of out of order. But when you have to do things in order, you can switch this to a a sequential project. There you'd have to do this one and then this one. Now notice that nothing's changed here. Well, that means you have to add a context. So to sweep out dust, you can check to see your contexts here. I do this at home, and so you notice now because it has a context, it's completely filled out. We can now see that it's in purple. Get paint, that looks like an errand, so I can just type that in, errand, and there you go. We have our second action to clean out the garage. And so you can list tons of these, and there you go. You have your first project. So let's say I swept out the dust already. Well, there you go. It gets crossed out, and look, this one's now the change color, which you can set. This time it's like purplish pink. So there you go. And then when you're done with this, you can click the clean up button, and there it doesn't actually go away. It just hides it until you delete or complete the project. But there you go. You're on to your next step. Now, as I've said before, OmniFocus organizes your information in two different ways, one with projects and one with contexts. Now, to switch to the context view, you go up to this little @ symbol, context, and there you go. There you go. So you can also nest contexts. Now, to create a context, let's say I have chores under home. So I give a plus button and I type in chores, and there you go. Now you can just drag it up into home, and now I have a nested context. Let's say that I have to get paint as a chore. I don't know why I would. If you were in the project mode and you had to change it, you could type in chores, and there it is, chores. Let's say I have to get paint really soon. Let's say by Monday. So in order to change this, I go to the inspector, bring it down here, and so the inspector gives me a lot more things to look at. I can change the project that I have to do, or the context from right here, or I could say how much time I have to do it. But right here, here's the start, due, and completion dates. Let's say I have to do it by, well, I said Monday, so there's Monday. And there you go. Now I have a due date. So what OmniFocus is going to do is it's going to remind me that I have something to do really quickly. Let's say I even have to do it closer to now. Let's say I have to do it by Sunday. Oh, well, looks what happens here. It changes color to orange because it's due soon. So there's also a 1 over here, and it changes to orange. So now OmniFocus can remind me that there's a action or a project that I have to do very soon. Alright, so what I'm about to show you next is what's going to lead me into OmniFocus on the iPhone and the iPod Touch, and that is syncing. Now, it's very, very easy to sync up OmniFocus to the web with a mobile me server or .mac server or a WebDev server or your computer. I have it set up to mobile me server, which I'm not going to show any personal information for. But to sync, you can add the toolbar item sync or go up to the file menu and sync with server. And once you do that, it shows a little standard sync animation. And what it does is it takes all of your stuff and makes it the most recent information, backs up your database onto the server. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to my iPod Touch and show you OmniFocus for the iPhone. So this is what it looks like. You have your inbox, you have your projects and contexts, and it even adds a few smart projects called due soon and overdue, as well as flagged, and then you can check all your settings down here. Now on the bottom, there's a toolbar, one that will automatically take you to the screen, another one which looks at your current location, I'll tell you that in a minute, and then here's one that you use to synchronize to the server, and this one to quickly make an inbox item. So let's do that. Let's make an inbox item on the iPod. So we enter the step, the action. Let's see, water. Let me see if I can do this. Flowers. Alright, so water flowers. And to add a context, you tap the context here. Let's see, that's at home. Project. Let's add it to things to do before school starts. You can add a start date or a due date here, or flag it. Let's flag it, because it has to be done today, and I like to flag the items that I do today. Okay, then save. So there you go, I made a new inbox item. You can do that as quick as you want. And so if I go into projects and things to do before school starts, there's water flowers, and there's a little flagged icon here. So now I can edit the action or do whatever I want with it. If you also noticed, if I go to flag, there's a 1 there, and there's water flowers. Now to check off that action, all I have to do is tap right there. Well, yes, tap right there, and there you go. It gets checked off. It looks exactly like it looks like in OmniFocus on the Mac when you check something off. And there you go. When you're done, you just go back here, and it's gone. All right, there you go. That's OmniFocus. Thank you for watching. Bye.